Hello, and thank you for having us. I think it's pretty surreal to see high school football where it is today and having media days. And I think for the players, these guys up here next to me, the guys I love so much, and you guys out there, what a cool thing it is for opportunity to have this. And guys like Robert Bronstein and Mitch Stevens and guys who've been, and Glenn, and guys I know real well that have been promoting this game and these kids for a long time. And it's really cool to see that. So we're Serra High School, and we're happy to be here today.
Coach, I guess the $64,000 question, the playoff ban hanging over your head, how has that affected your outlook, if at all, going into the season?
Well, it's certainly there, and it's not anything that is avoidable. And so, like any other difficult situation, we need to take it head on, and that's what we're doing. Thankfully, we play in arguably the best league in Northern California. There's other really good leagues, but the WCAL is 7 games is really, really tough. We play De La Salle in our opening game and a night game at Serra. We're playing Notre Dame or Sherman Oaks, game 2. I mean, we got arguably one of the best schedules in the state. So prior to any of those thoughts, we have enough to worry about.
Patrick, have you had to readjust your goals, given what's going on?
Every year, our goal is to win the WCL championship. So, no.
What are your thoughts on this year's team?
I think that, I think this could be one of our better teams. We got great senior leadership. We got one of our juniors is up here, Leki Nunn. We treat him like a senior because he was a sophomore last year. So I feel like, especially at the skill positions, it could be one of our better teams. I think the challenge is we've turned over a lot of offensive linemen, and I'm the line coach, so it looks like I got my work cut out for me this year to coach the offensive line. But I think just based on talent and the way these guys have handled the adversity so far, I'm really excited about the challenge and opportunity we're facing. And I can tell you right now, with all sincerity, this season for Serra High School will be over on November 14th. So I think there's a way to look at that. You can look at that. We know our death. We know the day our season's going to end. And I think that's an interesting perspective. We've never had that before. So I think people can be afraid of that. I think a team can fall under that kind of concept. Or, I don't know about some of these other guys, but if I knew the day I was going to die, I'd go jump off cliffs. I'd be swimming with sharks. We'd be doing the greatest things we could possibly imagine doing, because we know when that day is going to come. So we do have a choice, though. These guys and their friends and our staff has a choice. Which route will we take? And I think that's kind of intriguing and a fun way to enter a season.
Brandon, knowing what he has just said, does that inspire you more, or is it more of a disappointment? How do you look into it?
Well, just playing football, period, it's always fun. And we know that we have no playoffs, but our goal is still to go 10-0. We're going to win every game, try to prove a point that even though we're not going to have playoffs, we're still going to work hard, we're still going to keep playing, and we're not going to quit on each other, because it's a brotherhood, and that's what we're taught. And it's a tradition that no matter what, we just got to keep moving forward.
No, it's just another season, third season on varsity. So, we're just going to work hard again, like last year. We all live each other, just work hard, and yeah.
So, Leki, you play quarterback and you play slot back, running back. Do you find that unsettling, or is it just kind of throw me out there wherever, and I'm going to do my best? What's your attitude towards that?
I just play anywhere coach puts me, basically. So if he wants me to be a lineman, I'll be a lineman. And yeah.
Billy, can you talk about there's a lot of Polynesian players within your program, and we see that in a lot of programs in California, and there's a pride level. Talk about that with your families and your teammates, and why you guys bond so well. And, it's been a national trend, and college has certainly noticed it. But talk about the family pride and team pride on that.
Yeah. Growing up, I had a lot of cousins that Coach Walsh coached, and like we're all from the same area from San Mateo, and like every like Friday nights we're always there at games, and like we're cheering on the cousins and everything, and like we look up to them, and we just we just see each other like every day, like in childhood. When we're playing football outside, we see each other, and like we like set our goals for play for coach. Cause when we were little, we went to Coach Walsh's camps, and like we just bond from there, and we're here now. Yeah.
Is it important for your families too, and your cousins and your uncles play football and
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
good players?
Yeah, we just I have a brother who Coach Walsh coached, and he's the first one who set the tempo, and then just follow from there.
After 2 years ago, you guys came pretty close to knocking off De La Salle on your home field. What's it going to be like on the opening of the season when the lights are on?
It's going to be very difficult. That's the only sure thing, that when De La Salle's on our schedule, we can only imagine playing the most difficult game of the season. And like Leki faced last year, there's no other opponent that can teach you more about yourself than De La Salle. And that's why we embrace the game. We're not outcome oriented when it comes to the game. We, like Brandon said, we'd like to be 10-0 this year, but it starts with the #1 team in the country. And if that's the outset and that's the goal that's going to have to be, then we're going to have to drop this thing into 5th gear and get going as hard as we've ever done. And it's just a great game. I think it's exciting. We made it. It's the first non-league night game that we've ever had at Serra. I really wanted the kids to have something to look forward to, and having De La Salle, playing at home, in Tom Brady Stadium under the lights, it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. When the ball gets snapped, like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until the first punch is thrown. So we better have our plan. We better have it ready, because this is one of De La Salle's better teams I've ever seen.
Coach, is that portable lights, permanent lights?
Yeah, we live in a neighborhood, so we don't have any lights. So the city of San Mateo allows us to bring in lights for one game a year.
Is it a Friday night game or Saturday?
Friday night.
Patrick, talk a little bit about your decision to move Leki back to quarterback.
Well, I think the greatest thing about high school and team sports is when the kids take the team over. So I'd like to sit up here and say this was a strategic move that the coaches thought about, and there's a lot of thought behind it, but there's really not. Basically, Hunter Bishop, the quarterback last year, just thought he could help and serve the team better at wide receiver, talked to me about it. We talked to Leki, and it was more of a kid decision more than anything else. And, the last thing you want as a football coach is to have a quarterback that's not interested in being a quarterback. That's not a winning business model. So thankfully, we have some depth at the position. We also have a sophomore who's up right now, who's competing for the position with Leki. He's a talented kid, so we have some options there, which feel fortunate to be in that position.
When you came close to De La Salle 2 years ago at home, leading until late in the second half, what were some of the conditions, some of the circumstances that enabled you to create that kind of a scenario against such a powerful opponent?
Well, I think we had a really good defensive game plan. It was 0-0 at halftime. They had a good defensive game plan too, obviously. But it was 0-0 at halftime. It was really, really hard to move the football on both sides of the ball. It was literally probably 105 degrees out there, Mitch. It was hot on the turf. A lot of things lined up in our favor that, on that Saturday. And, it was 14-7. We had the ball with 3.5 minutes to go on the plus 30. And they championshiped up and won the last 3 minutes of the game. So past events do not predict future occurrences. If anything, that stokes the fire more for them, because their coaches will be like, hey, remember when? Last time you were here? So it only makes it that much more difficult. But, hopefully we'll be in that position again this year and maybe have the maturity to finish the game.